Okay, for my first project for video production, I'm going to take you on a virtual tour of Presque Isle with all the places that mean something to me from my childhood. Okay, so when I was born, until I was probably about 5 or 6, I lived in, which part of the building is it? This one right here. It was number 17, right there, and that's been my lucky number since I was little. And it was funny because the first time I saw a moose was when I lived in that apartment. I was probably about 4 or 5, and it ran between 2 of the apartment buildings, but I was standing in my backyard, and I seriously thought the moose ran through the apartments. Like, I didn't really think about the gaps between the buildings, and I definitely thought a moose like broke into somebody's apartment and ran through it. Okay, when I moved out of the apartment when I was little, we moved into this big white house right here, one with the little one in the back. We rented it from a lady named Mrs. Fillmore, and she used to give piano lessons, and we used to have to go over every day, me and my brother, to get the paper. And when we'd go over, she would make us sit down and try to play the piano. So she gave us pretty much free piano lessons when we were little. And I will never forget the day she lost her cat. I felt so bad because she made me think, she was like 93 years old, she made me think I lost her cat. Because the door was opened and her cat's name was Molly Malone. And she ran out the door and she never came back. And she made me think I did it because she said it must have happened when I came and got the paper. And I thought I saw her next to my great-grandmother's house one day, so I was bent down to the ground and I was like, "Come here, Molly, come here, Molly." And she didn't come to me. And then I felt even worse because I swear to God I found her cat and I couldn't bring it home to her. Okay, this is my elementary school. It's Simple Elementary. And it's funny that I'm doing this in the winter in the big snow mountains there, because every time they plow the driveways, they just pile it up in the middle of the playground. And we used to go up there all the time, and we'd play King of the Mountain, and we'd push each other in the snow, but we weren't allowed on there unless we were wearing ski pants, you know, those really thick, like really nasty kind of plasticky type, no, I just hated those. But we used to go up on that mountain all the time in the winter, and we'd make our own slides. So many people got hurt. Okay, this big white house with the green door right here used to be my house. It's where I lived through junior high. And if you look right here, this whole empty lot, that used to be where my junior high school used to sit. And they tore it down a year after I graduated 8th grade. And it's just this big empty lot now. They tore it down because they couldn't afford to keep it up anymore, because it was built in like 1918 something, I don't even remember. It was like my great-grandmother's high school. And my parents went to that junior high, I went to that junior high, and my brother was the first class to graduate in the new junior high when they consolidated the two. And this is Presque Isle High School. Longest 4 years of my life. I mean, there was plenty to keep me busy and everything, but it was long. It's not a very big school. When I talk to like friends that I meet from other places and stuff, the entire school had about 630 kids in it. And when my parents graduated from there were about 500 people in their graduating class. So that's the big difference between, you know, my parents' generation and mine. Okay, so that was my virtual tour of Presque Isle with all my houses and my schools and stuff from my childhood. I hope you enjoyed it.